People confuse expensive with stylish. Many people believe that if something is expensive, it must look stylish. But it is easy to see expensive handbag and understand it is expensive. It requires no taste or understanding, where style, on the other hand, asks harder questions. Hi everyone, my name is Lydia and I talk about style and fashion, and today's video is not about bashing designer brands and questioning luxury fashion. In fact, I myself own plenty of designer pieces and I truly believe that the designer often offer exactly what they promise, and that's exceptional craftsmanship and premium fabrics and designs that we can't really find in everyday store. But there is a much bigger psychology behind luxury fashion than most people realize. As someone who spent years in fashion industry, I would love to share my perspective on one important question. Can designer clothes actually buy style? Or is style something entirely different? Please like and subscribe and stay until the end because the last tip is for free.
Let's get scratching.
So why people choose to purchase designer items and luxury fashion? What do they hope for? So many times people rely on price because it's easier than developing taste. Wearing luxury items is actually removing that burden of making aesthetic decision, believing that if something is expensive and widely recognized, it's socially approved and stylish. It is a lazy way to look stylish, where style, on the other hand, is more about learning about proportions and quality and just harmony for ourselves. And this takes effort and time. So in past few years, we've seen rise of quiet luxury and old money aesthetic, and that's simply because people started realizing that style isn't about expensive designer pieces and logos. It is more about personal taste and quality and fit. So we are shifting from branding to great craftsmanship and personal taste. So nowadays we have brands that purposely make items without any logos. They're only recognizable by their unique shape and style. Pieces that only speak to if you know type of crowd. But behind this fashion movement are the exact same big luxury corporations. They just saw the shift in customer awareness, so they had to adapt to new market, and now they promise subtlety and quality. But quiet luxury is still not guaranteed that we will look stylish. We still need a skill to style these pieces tastefully. In fact, many people can look washed out wearing neutrals. Some people just don't look magnetic in beige blazer. They rather thrive in leather pieces and deep necklines and silk fabrics and bold colors. Also, the quiet luxury is not the guarantee for high quality neither. So talking about quality, what luxury really sells then? Apparently quality, right? Because people started asking questions like what justifies the price? And the first thing that comes to mind must be exceptional quality. And brands used to promise and deliver exceptional quality, but nowadays luxury has a much broader meaning than that. Today, luxury sells the emotional experience of owning it, because as humans love to connect meaning to objects, for example, to childhood toy or to wedding ring, to family heirloom. All these objects carry certain type of emotional connection to them, and it is the same way with luxury items. People can purchase luxury because of some sort of achievements in their life, like milestone or maybe a new chapter in their life, or just a reward after hard work. That's why two people can experience the exact same luxury handbag in two completely different ways. One person, it can just see it as an expensive luxury accessory, and the second person can experience it as everything they accomplished to be able to own it. Brands are also selling exclusivity. Now, don't get upset, but exclusivity is created by scarcity, because exclusivity and rarity are not the same thing. When something is rare, it's simply hard to find, like a white truffle, for example. But when something is exclusive, then we have a human factor there. That means that the brand controls how much it will be distributed and even who will wear it. That's why we have waiting lists and like limited productions and selective distributions. All these strategics are just part of the game. Luxury brands are also selling like shopping experience, so you may be welcomed by staff member opening the door for you, offered a drink or a snack, invited to sit on comfortable sofa. And honestly, I have absolutely nothing against great service. In fact, it will be strange to walk into luxury boutique and receive poor treatment, like no champagne. The audacity. Designer brands are also selling heritage, so let's practice some brain muscle here. Imagine that you're standing in two different stores. First one is selling leather bags that are made yesterday by unknown brand, and second one is selling leather bags for 100 years, bags that have been worn by royalties and movie stars and fashion icons. So the quality may be similar and the craftsmanship may even be comparable, but the first bag is unknown and the second one comes with a story that survived generations. Which one will you choose? No, really, write me in the comments. But if you're choosing the second one, that means that you are willing to pay that much extra for heritage. The feeling of becoming part of a legacy that's been admired long before we arrived. Luxury brands also sell marketing. Have you seen these huge building decorations? How gorgeous! And by the way, talking about marketing, everybody has so much to say against it, especially when it comes to fashion. But when a real estate company advertises their brand new apartment building, nobody complains. When supermarkets promote their this week's discounts, nobody calls it manipulation. Only when it comes to fashion, suddenly marketing is the problem. Like, we don't have to get dressed. And don't come to me how fashion is harming the planet, because have you really seen the food industry? You can feel how emotional I am about this topic. The truth is that marketing isn't inherently good or bad. It's simply how companies communicate that the product exists. Without marketing, how would I know there is a vibrating plate I even didn't know I needed? Or this French accommodation that I saw a picture on Instagram years ago, and I wish somebody is marketing this because we need it. So marketing isn't the problem, it's consumers that need to control themselves. That's my closing argument. You argue with your friend. So all this expensive information I just gave you for free is not enough to create a great style. So what is it? Style goes much deeper than just buying expensive clothes. Style is about execution. Designer clothes are resources and style is what we do with them. A stylish person doesn't need to collect thousands of expensive clothes and not knowing how to put them together. The same person can dress as bad at fast fashion store and repeat the exact same mistake at designer store. Money doesn't fix a bad choice. Money makes a bad choice cost more. A stylish person will understand the relationship between clothes. For example, when something works, why something works, when something has to be removed, and when jewelry complements the story and when it becomes the story. Style is also a set of decisions that are repeated over time. For example, what to keep and what to alter, what to never buy again. And that decision-making muscle can't be bought. Stylish people understand their natural beauty because we all have different sides of our face features. For example, if you're blonde and you have like soft face features, this doesn't immediately mean that you have to wear romantic floral dresses. In fact, you may thrive in corsets, leather, and strong tailoring. So understanding your features and the essence of your natural beauty is how you find your style. And this designer clothes can't buy. A stylish person will pay attention to fit over cost. For example, they will not save on great pair of denim because they will see this higher price point as investment in their style. And actually, having great style goes much deeper than only owning beautiful clothes and understanding how to put them together, because there might be one little detail that everyone is missing out, and that's stylish person understands context. I see women wearing the same outfit for going to the gym, dropping kids at school, quick coffee with friend, quick meeting, all the same look. Where a stylish person will understand the context and have the outfit for that specific occasion. And this makes them stylish because they look like they belong in that environment. I know when I'm at the shooting, stylists, professional stylists are not only thinking about how they're going to put the outfit together, they also ask questions like, oh, where is she standing? What is the lighting? What is the surrounding? Because they care about environment, and that's also the factor how they're gonna choose the outfit. The colors, the silhouettes, the texture. And no, this doesn't mean that you have to own a lot of clothes. You just have to know how to style what you already have. And probably the most important part, great style creates a feeling someone projects, because nobody looks at a well-dressed person and immediately start analyzing the fabric and the brand. We probably feel something first, maybe ease or sharpness, maybe warmth or mystery, and only afterwards, if at all, we go look for what made us feel that way. I would love to know, are you somebody who is purchasing designer clothes because of status symbol or because you truly appreciate design and heritage? Or are you purchasing designer clothes at all because some people believe that this is unnecessary expense that doesn't contribute to their success? Thank you so much for being part of my community where we talk about fashion and style. So feel free to subscribe because it's for free. Send this to someone who wears clothes and I shall see myself out. Bye!